Next, we're going to turn to an entrepreneur himself who's going to explain exactly why this R&D investment is so necessary. Welcome, Dr. Gary Butler, and welcome to you, and like to hear your testimony. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Chair Cantwell, Ranking Member Wicker, and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today. In my previous career, I worked here in the Beltway as an engineer for a Cambridge, Massachusetts-based advanced technology firm, leading programs funded by agencies such as DARPA. In 2006, I decided to move to Mississippi, my home state, where I founded Camgian. Since that time, Camgian has grown into an award-winning technology company, which today is building automation and data science technologies that support our military and some of the world's leading financial institutions. This from a tech company in a state with a greater than 20% poverty level. As today's discussions reflect on the innovation needed to maintain our global leadership, I will use my time to focus on an area that I believe is vital to our country's future. This is artificial intelligence. Make no doubt, the U.S. is in a global race in AI. Efforts by our competitors to increase funding for AI development have resulted in a rise of new technologies that are radically transforming the battlefield. As such, Camgian is engaged in developing a new generation of AI-powered military technologies that aim to provide our warfighters the capability to think and act faster than our adversaries. To address the emerging threats to our national security and competitiveness, I applaud Congress for taking the bold move to expand the NSF to include applied research, but would ask that you consider the vital role that small tech companies play in commercialization. Given our skills in product development and marketing, agile tech companies would bring the requisite capabilities to the NSF to deliver leading-edge technologies to market. This would also include establishing the framework for protecting our country's valuable intellectual property. To this point, one of the breakthroughs in AI is deep learning, which was created almost entirely through academic research in the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom. Such capabilities derived from AI research are shared openly across the globe and today underpin many of the AI technologies that directly compete against the United States commercially and militarily. Quoting from the book AI Superpowers, the West may have sparked the fire of deep learning, but China will be the biggest beneficiary of the heat that AI fire is generating. So I would like for you to consider three takeaways from my testimony today. First, I would recommend the DARPA applied research model, which is proven and would provide small tech companies the ability to directly apply to the NSF for grants to support technology development. Expanding investment in the NSF without an effective commercialization process will have a minimal effect on U.S. global competitiveness. According to the National Science Board, academic institutions account for only 2% of the patents granted in 2016, and many generate less revenue from licensing their inventions than the cost of managing them, according to the Washington Post. This is not meant to be a criticism of universities, but to highlight that moving research from the lab to the market is complex and is best suited for America's small high-tech sector who has the technical talent, organizational infrastructure, and business processes to fill this role immediately. Most importantly, America's small tech entrepreneurs will bring the sense of urgency, competitive drive, and speed necessary to meet the accelerated pace of the emerging challenges to our global technical leadership. Second, I would call on Congress to develop policy that ensures inclusivity of the entire country, not just the traditional tech hubs, in a unifying mission that leverages the power of our nation's diversity. This includes the diversity of thought, culture, and socioeconomics that exist across our great country to build the next generation technologies, products, and workforce of the 21st century America. Finally, history shows that if you give the U.S. entrepreneurs the mission and the funding, the U.S. will win this race. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Butler. I applaud your enthusiasm and dedication, and certainly very interested in asking questions about workforce opportunities and partnerships in Mississippi when we get to the Q&A.